Yo, yo, yo. We are here live and direct. I'm here live and direct. I'm here. You here. We're going to have a great show. You here. I'm here. We're going to have a great show today, man. Salute, man. Shout out to Gauch Merlot, man. Gauch Merlot is in the building. The one and only. Shout out to Jacob Mullins, Ben Santos, Kevin Anderson, Tracy Jones, Jason Vega, Roger W. Yeah, man. You hear me? Football or op? Watch the football with the sound down. I say that, man. Watch the football with the sound down. If you love football, man, you can watch football and listen to op. You can watch football and listen to op, man. You can watch football and listen to op. I'm not trying to stop nobody from watching football. I love football. I loved it more in the past, but I still catch it. I watch Colorado. That's my team, Colorado. That's like the only team I was like try to catch. Ever since I've been here in Pennsylvania, I don't get the Redskin games anymore. So, but I do watch the highlights of the Redskin games, the condensed game. Shout out to Jacob Mullins, liked and shared. You know, I ain't trying to stop nobody from watching no football, man. That ain't me, man. That ain't me, man. That ain't me, man. That ain't me from I'm all for watching football, man. Just watch the football and keep me on in the background, man. You figure deal me? You figure deal me? We got a great show for you guys today, man. There's always a lot going on, man. Always a lot going on. There's always a lot going on. There's always a lot going on. Where y'all want to start? What city y'all want to start in, man? What city do y'all want to start at? Chat. My man said porn or op. You better not be listening to me while you jacking off. Don't listen to me while you jacking off, man. Don't listen to me while you jacking off. Go ahead and get your rub one out and then come back, man. Don't do that. My man said porn or op. Porn. Go ahead, get your issue, get yourself out the way, and then come back here. That man said porn or op. Oh man, get your ass. We're gonna start in Portland, man. We're gonna start in Portland, guys.
Trump's order to deploy 200 National Guard troops to protect federal facilities in Portland. Well, following last night, there were arrests last night that included a conservative influencer that caught the attention of the White House and is now sparking a federal investigation. We are also awaiting a ruling from a federal judge set to decide whether to grant a temporary restraining order pushing pause on the troop rollout. Once again, we have live team coverage beating with Alma McCarty live outside the South Portland Ice Building. So, Alma, how's it looking there tonight?
Yeah, David, this is night 5 out here for us at the ice facility. And I can tell you right now, some of the protesters tonight are, of course, vocal, but this small group is also interspersed with people who seem to be pro-ice. Then, of course, there is their camp that is further down the block where things are relatively peaceful. And, of course, there are folks who are kind of interspersed with the media who is on this side of the road. You also have the onlookers. And really, throughout this entire week, including today, people here, whether protesting or observing, they shared a similar message. Any kind of troop deployment for this demonstration doesn't make a lot of sense. Black Hawk helicopters circle in the sky over South Portland. While on the ground, a small number of protesters wave signs ahead of the arrival of National Guard soldiers.
And I'm down here because I don't feel it's safe to put the National Guard troops on Oregon streets or American streets at all.
Some here as young.
Let me tell you why they think it's not safe. Let me tell you why they think it's not safe to put National Guard on the streets. Because they know they act like assholes. This guy in particular, right? He knows that blacks are committing crime. I'm talking about carjackings, wild shootouts, police chases, all type of shit. So he feels like black people are going to get in the crossfire of the National Guard and the federal troops. Also, the leftist protesters, they're fucking assholes. They're violent. They're out of control. That's why he thinks it's not safe. That's why leftists and liberals and blacks think it's not safe, because they're paranoid. Me, I don't mind. I wouldn't give a fuck if the National Guard moved next door to me. I already told you, I got my neighbor's a cop. Guy up the street's a cop. Guy around the corner's a cop. I'm surrounded by cops, right? In my neighborhood. I'm happy. I want to live around cops. I want to live around cops. I'm glad that the guy around the corner parks his his patrol car out in front of his house. That's a deterrent. Press 1. That's a deterrent. I'm glad that guy parks his patrol car in front of his house. That's a fucking deterrent. That's like a fucking alarm system. That's like ADT for the neighborhood. These niggas know they up to no good. These niggas who don't want the National Guard around, they know they're up to no good. They know their baby, their 27-year-old baby who just came home from doing 5 years. They know he up to no good. They know their baby daddy up to no good. Why the fuck would you care if the National Guard come to your city if you ain't doing nothing wrong? If you're not protesting and acting like an asshole, if you're not committing crimes. Tracy Jones says, I wonder why they released that guy. Boy was only 10. No, the boy was 6. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that in a little bit, man. I got to warm it up, let everybody get in the building. We definitely going to get to that, Tracy Jones. Thank you for getting the ball rolling, man. Getting the ball started, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Support the channel, man. Take the $20 challenge, man. Take the $20 pledge. Pledge a dub on the channel, guys. Or whatever you can. Support this channel. Tired of these niggas. acting like it's some fucking moral shit why they don't like the fucking National Guard. It ain't moral. It ain't nothing moral about it. They know they gonna get swept up. Their family members gonna get swept up in it. And they know they can't throw bricks and shit and burn shit down during their protests. Press one.
On the ground, a small number of protesters wave signs ahead of the arrival of National Guard soldiers.
And I'm down here because I don't feel it's safe to put the National Guard troops on Oregon streets or American streets at all.
Some here as young as 11.
I'm out here because my parent is an immigrant, and I want to come out here and support and show that there should be peace in the world.
Shut the fuck up, little girl. You don't know your head from your ass. You ain't never missed a meal. Your life is phenomenal here. Your life is phenomenal here. And I bet you your parent, who's an immigrant, if you're not fucking lying like most leftists do, is a legal immigrant.
The protest, which has garnered national attention, still remains confined to these four corners by the ICE facility.
I think it's pointless. There's maybe 100 people out here every night just talking and yelling sometimes, listening to music, eating, having a good time. That's how it's been for 100 days now.
And that one
I know she a leftist, man. But smash, man. Left smash, man. All left strokes, man. All left strokes, man. No right strokes, just left strokes.
Eating, having a good time. That's how it's been for 100 days now.
And that 100 people includes not just demonstrators, but journalists, security personnel, Portland police liaison officers, and a handful of right.
You know what, though? I covered 2020, as you guys know. I covered the 2020 shit. I was all over 2020. This is some bullshit right here. This right here, this ain't no real protest. This not how they get down in Portland. In Portland, they get down like they professional protesters out there. This look like some bullshit. This is some bullshit. I think they met their match. Here's the thing. Remember what we talked about for years? You got to come at these people, thugs, rioters, whatever. You got to come at them with a force greater than them. The only thing they're going to respect is a force greater than them. Well, federal troops are a force greater than them. Why are we not seeing buildings burning? Why are we not seeing officers getting hit with bricks? Why are we not seeing stores burned and getting looted? Because this is a force greater than them. Why are we not seeing thousands of motherfuckers down here? Because this is a force greater than them. Donald Trump has met them with a force greater than them. And this paltry turnout, this is a paltry turnout for a Portland protest. I mean, this is paltry. Portland gets busy, okay? They get busy. They get down. All right? Portland gets down. This is weak right here. These people in Portland, they're scared. I don't know whether it was Antifa being designated as a terrorist group. I don't know if it's just goddamn the National Guard and the fucking federal troops are here. But they not turning out. If this is literally the protest, Trump has already won. He's won by the fact that they're scared to come out. And this is what I voted for. This is what I voted for. Hit the like button. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Daytime show on a Saturday. We going in. We got everybody's in the building, man. Salute to all the regulars, man, all the schmedegulas. Yeah, this some weak shit. This is some weak shit right here.
Not just demonstrators, but journalists, security personnel, Portland police liaison officers, and a handful of right-wing influencers, often from out of town.
They do deserve to have a voice to be down here, and they do have a right to film and put their things out there. And I do agree with what they're doing, but I don't agree with how they're doing it.
One of these influencers, Nick Sortor, arrested and charged by Portland police for disorderly conduct. 2 others arrested on the same charges. Sortor's arrest outraging the White House.
The Department of Justice spoke with that journalist this morning, and they will be launching a full investigation into his arrest.
The amount of dissidence that's being expressed down there, not even directed at immigration or at the facility, but the amount of dissonance being expressed towards one another is at a fevered pitch. And that's where we need to start bringing the temperature down.
At times, conflict escalates between armed agents and protesters. Video from Thursday night captured the moment Leilani Payne was pepper sprayed in the eyes.
I weighed 95 pounds, and these are 4 guys on me. So I put my hands up and I said, I'm just standing here exactly where you asked me to. And then he maced me in the face for 3 seconds straight without warning.
And on Friday, agents tackled a protester to the ground, though the reason is unclear.
If you do come out here, just be safe, okay? You don't want to come out here and have to get taken away.
David, and again at this hour, the protest out here is not only relatively small, the mood is kind of light. There's in fact a gentleman here who is using bubbles. I spoke with him earlier this week and he told me he's doing this to really lighten the mood out here, but things are not feeling all that intense at this time. On Friday, we'll be sure to continue.
See what I'm saying? Is that a dude or is that a fucking woman? What the fuck is that? Listen to what it said. Listen to what it said.
Hence, at this time on Friday, mood out here, but things are not feeling all that intense. Really lighten the mood out here, but things are not feeling all that intense. Really lighten the mood out here, but things are not feeling all that intense at this time.
Trump won, man. Trump won. Trump won, man. They scared to come out there, man. Where you at? Where all the rioters and protesters at? Where all the brick throwers at? Huh? Where you at? Where you at? You said the facial structure questionable? Yeah. And it's Portland too. Like, what the fuck is this?
On Friday, we'll be...
Look at the head. Look how big the head is. Yeah. Ain't no woman got no big head like that. Don't no woman got no big head like that. Women got small heads, man. Don't no woman got no big ass head like that. Look at that finger, man. That finger is... Paul, that finger look like a goddamn... That finger look like a goddamn claw, man. Look at that finger, man. Yeah, don't no woman got no big ass head. Like, look how big that fucking head is, man. I got a big head, so I know. If women had big heads like that, A lot of y'all wouldn't have been born. Okay? A lot of people wouldn't be born if women had big heads like that. Let me
Now, Nick Sorter, let's bring Nick in. He's still there in Portland, Oregon. He joins me now. Nick, what was going through your mind? You speak to the Portland police for 7 to 8 minutes, and then they arrest you and put you in handcuffs.
Yeah, Kaylee, when they say they make arrests based on observed behavior, in these circumstances, I believe that observed behavior was being a conservative, just being totally honest with you. You saw the video. There was another video that came out yesterday showing a close-up of what happened, and nobody, even my biggest detractors, cannot take that video and say I was the aggressor in the situation. Simply trying to walk down the sidewalk with my camera. I'm actually walking to my car at the time, and they jump in the way. They block me. They start surrounding me, and I keep trying to walk around them, and they continue to push me, and then eventually one of them throws a punch. So, and then you know.
I believe this guy. I believe that the Portland police will try to goad a conservative protester and try to get them to react so that they could be the story. So that the story could be, oh, look at these conservatives. The leftists are peaceful. And that's the problem. I mean, and listen, that could be their protest, because by Trump sending in troops to their city, he's basically hijacking their police force. So there could be some protests, silent protest or, unseen protests from the Portlanders where they're like, yo, we want to lock up these conservative protesters. Because basically Trump done commandeered our whole fucking police department. He done cut our nuts off. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Salute to my man Laughing Dog, man. He said back in the 90s, guys caught cocaine charges 3 to 5 years after they left the game. El Trumpo, Cesar Chavez, gonna do that to Antifa. Hey, so what you think? You basically saying that Antifa is running for the hills. They disassociating themselves. They staying home. And you said Trump gonna still look at the film from 2020 and look at the film from last week before and identify them and charge them. I think that could be something. But I think right now he's won because they're not out there. This is not what a Portland protest looks like. It's just like he won with the border. Border crossings are down to like 80 a day. It's like 80 border crossings a day from like thousands. Because the people like, shit, I ain't going over there. It's hot. Same thing with these protesters. They're like, I ain't going out there. It's hot. So he's won. The way Trump is doing it with this strongman tactic. This is why leaders in other countries, you ever see like some guy been president for fucking 40 years? Ufu Jaffe been president of fucking Burundi for 40 years. And he don't never had no problems. That strongman shit work, Jack. Press 1. That strongman, being a strong man, that shit work, man. That shit work. That shit works, Jack. Trump and this is what they talking about. Shout out to Roger Wood, man. Gifting 5 Oct Nation memberships. If you got a membership, make sure you hit the super chat. If you get one of these memberships, support the channel, hit the super chat, man. Hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App. Listen, I ain't gonna be one of these conservatives who be like, oh, well, he did too far. I mean, I agree with him on this, but he's doing what we asked for. Strong man. He's being a strong man. And that shit works. In America, because you can only be leader for 4 years at a time, and then you got Congress and the House and all this shit, the Supreme Court, all that shit, right? You even got district judges and shit, like circuit judges that can overrule the president. He's just being a strong man. And when you're a strong man, people will follow you, man. And people will get in line. People will get in line. So I don't care about this guy getting, this conservative guy getting, that's not really important. That's just, whatever. They'll fix that.
So we're tracking developments around President.
The White House is already on it. They'll fix it. Yeah, give me another city, man. Give me another city. Shout out to Trump, man. I'm taking over Portland, man. Give me another city, man. We're going to get to the main event in a little bit when more people get in here, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this. 10 people to share this. Let me refresh my screen, man. Let me refresh my screen right quick. You say Jack Des Moines. Des Moines, man. All right, we'll do Des Moines, man. We'll do Des Moines, man. Shout out to Des Moines, man. I know what you want to see. He said Des Moines. I know exactly what you want, man. He said.
We begin with breaking news. The Des Moines School Board is holding a special session tonight. There, they'll discuss the next steps being taken in regard to Superintendent Dr. Ian Roberts. They'll also discuss placing Roberts on.
That's 5 days ago. This story been moving so fast, man. This story been moving so fast that, like, you literally every day something come out about this dude, the Tethernator, man. I call him the Tethernator, man. That motherfucker came over here and did the damn thing, man. He came over here. He accomplished a lot, man. That's why I call him the Tethernator, because he showed FBAs, man. This is how you do it, FBAs. You come over here, man, and you just go ahead and milk the system, man. FBA's over here whining and shit and crying about slavery. This Tether came over here and just.
And today we're getting our first look at Robert's immigration history. KCCI's Bo Bowman just got a more clear list of dates from the Department of Homeland Security this afternoon. And Bo, they say he first came to the United States in 1994.
Yeah, Ben, they say that entry was on a B2 non-immigrant visa. It's not clear when he obtained his first student visa, but they say he first used it when he entered the United States in 1999. February of 2000 was the first time DHS says Roberts applied for work authorization. Then in May of 2001, Roberts filed his first application for a green card, which was denied. He applied 3 more times in May, June, and July of 2018, all of which were denied. DHS said.
I give him this, though. His suit game is on point, yo. This motherfucking suit game, he looked the part. All his suits, man, his suit game is official. Like, one thing about faking it till you make it is looking the part, too. He looked the part. His hair always nicely done. He didn't have the dreads down. The dreads down kind of like, it's kind of like a white dude with a fucking man bun or some shit. You know what I'm saying? He got the dreads tightly done. He got the suit on. He looked the part. He's,
DHS says he maintained work authorization through December of 2020. In May of 2024, an immigration judge issued Robert.
These ain't men's warehouse suits, man. These ain't men's warehouse suits, Jack. Nah, these ain't. I got suits before from men wear. Listen, believe it or not, man, I've had several tuxes because I got married and had several things, graduate. I've been fitted for tuxes and fitted for suits. And these ain't men warehouse suits. These are tailored suits. All these suits are tailored. You can tell by the way they fit him. You know what I'm saying? They fit him like he the only person that could wear that suit.
Roberts a final removal order. They say Roberts then attempted to reopen this case, but that motion was denied. That's the last entry in DHS's timeline before his arrest last Friday. Now, it's not clear if Roberts will be deported or kept here in the United States to face his criminal charges. KCCI did reach out to Roberts' attorney, Alfredo Parrish. He says he met with Roberts today for several hours to talk about his timeline. We're live in.
Yeah, he's going to be deported. He's going to be deported. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? What are these mad people talking about? Is he going to get deported?
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Stephanie Engelson, and we begin tonight with major developments surrounding former Des Moines Public School Superintendent Dr. Ian Roberts. It has now been 1 week since he was detained after ICE officials say Roberts was given a final order of removal back in May of 2024, and we're still learning about his past. ICE released new information today detailing Roberts' criminal and
He never wore a suit twice. This nigga never wore a suit twice. Once he wear the suit, he throw it away. I'm telling you, once he wears a suit, he throws it away, Jack.
Learning about his past. ICE released new information today detailing Roberts' criminal and immigration history beginning in the 90s.
Yeah, Stephanie, from 1994 to just yesterday, ICE says Roberts has a long record of criminal conduct. Here's a look at what we've learned. The following timeline is according to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. In 1994, ICE says Roberts first entered the United States as a visitor for pleasure, using a B-2 non-immigrant visa. He left.
Think about how many white girls that nigga fucked, man. A Caribbean dude, Guyana is South America, but it's basically the Caribbean. Think about how many white girls this dude fucked. This dude probably fucked 1,000 white girls since he's been over.
Left at an unknown time. 2 years later, in 1996, his first criminal charge appeared.
Look at this. He was out there slanging in New York City. He was out there on the block slanging rocks. Listen, man. What do the FBA say? I can't get nowhere because my past and my history. Nah, nigga. The Tethinator, he went out here and he was slinging rocks. He was slinging rocks in New York City on the block. At one point, he was out there. He was in them trenches. The Tethinator. He was in them trenches, yo. The Tethinator.
Years as possession of narcotics with intent to sell them. He also was charged with possession of both forgery and forged instruments, meaning there were claims that he made a false document with intent to deceive. Then, in 1998, Roberts was charged with third-degree unauthorized use of a vehicle.
That's a stolen car. That's called UUV. He stole a car. He stole a car. So maybe he was in, I don't know if the extent of it, maybe he stole a car or maybe he was a car thief. I don't know. But he was driving the car when when the cops pulled it over. He was driving the stolen car. So he stolen cars, drugs, sales, distribution. He was out there, man. This is the record of somebody who's out there in the streets. I'm not talking about just like a criminal. Like later on, his criminal stuff is more like just, more like just breaking the law because he's an immigrant and he shouldn't have guns. But this stuff right here, he was out there in them trenches, man. He was in them streets. He a street dude. He a street dude. And a lot of immigrants from the islands. I remember I used to hang with Jamaicans. When I sold weed, Jamaicans and Trinidadians. That's who I hung with when I sold weed, because I wasn't selling little punk ass shit all the time. A lot of times I was selling bigger shit. And once you get in the bigger shit, you move away from them FBAs and you get to fucking with them Jamaicans and them Trinidadians. And they street guys. They'll slap you in the head with a machete quick.
Though this was later dismissed in 1999. This is also the year when Roberts entered the U.S.
And the charge being dismissed don't mean he ain't do it. It just means they just dismissed it because it's New York City, it's D.C., it's Baltimore. They dismiss a shit ton of charges every year. Salute to Gauss Merlot, man. Gauss Merlot in the building. Sean Facey, man. Shout out to you. Irish Goon says, salute, Ock. Did you see about the QB for USC and the Jets QB Mark Sanchez getting stabbed in Indianapolis? Wonder who done it. Oh, no, I didn't believe. We got to go to Indianapolis next. Thank you for that, man.
Different times on an F1 student visa. In 2000, he applied for employment authorization, and in September, he left and entered the U.S. both in the same month on this same visa. Going to 2001, Roberts applied for a green card. In the same year, his employment authorization expired. In 2003, his application for a green card was denied. Then, in 2004, his F1 student visa expired. 8 years later, in 2012, he was convicted for a few different things in Maryland at the same time. This includes reckless driving, unsafe operation, and speeding. Moving ahead 6 years to 2018, Roberts applied 3 more times for a green card and was rejected every time. He also filed for employment authorization documents, which expired the next year in 2019. When he filed for these documents again, those would expire in 2020. Now, this is the year when his 4th and final green card application was declined. He also
This is my thing about him, man. Why did they keep denying his green card? Probably because of the crimes he committed in the 90s. Because if he's out here, working in all these schools and, doing all that stuff, he's the type of one that at least the Democrats, because this is when the Democrats was in charge, Biden, this is January 24th, 2020. Okay, I think this is the Trump administration, but it's still not like it's not like Trump is reading through green card applications. It just seemed like I don't know, man. I don't know. Why didn't he marry an American woman? I think he did marry an American woman. I don't know. Whatever.
Card application was declined. He also was charged in 2020 with 2nd, 3rd, and 4th degree weapon possession charges. But the 2nd degree charge was incomplete. During this year, he updated his address, but ICE does not say to where. He also received a notice to appear before an immigration judge. 2 years later, in 2022, Roberts was found guilty with unlawful possession of a firearm. Then, in 2024, he was given a final order of removal from the United States, and a Dallas immigration judge denied the motion to reopen his case in 2025. Last Friday, Roberts was detained by ICE, where they found a gun and fixed-blade hunting knife in his possession. On Wednesday, court documents show Roberts was charged as a, quote, illegal alien in possession of firearms.
Like, come on, man. Who doesn't have, 20 charges, man? You haven't lived until you've gotten 20 charges. Come on, man. Everybody in the chat, man. Put in the chat how many charges you got, man. How many cases you done caught, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, who hasn't been in Hey, come on, man. You know, I mean, like, give him a break. Give the brother a break, man. We've all fallen short, man. He just fell really, 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 really short. You said Mark Sanchez got stabbed? Who was that? When did Mark Sanchez get stabbed? When was this? When was that? When did Mark Sanchez get stabbed? I don't know. Let's just go ahead and see what the fuck going on here.
Meanwhile, Metro Police are still piecing together what led up to a triple shooting that happened overnight on Indy's northwest side. IMPD says all 3 victims are dead, and now they're looking for accountability.
Fox 59's Jesse Wells explains where the investigation stands at this very hour.
Police are still investigating exactly what led to the deadly shooting outside this home here behind me. At the same time, investigators are asking for the public's help to try to hold whoever committed the crime accountable. Just before midnight, dozens of gunshots erupted outside a home along Guyan Road, leaving neighbors startled by the rapid gunfire.
I was sitting in my car and all I heard was doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
That woman asked not to be identified, but she watched police arrive to her neighbor's home Monday night. One man was found shot outside. 22-year-old Jose Castellanos Morales died at the hospital. 2 other victims, 29-year-old Antonio Vasquez Molina and a third person, were found shot to death inside a vehicle. Multiple cars and homes were hit by the gunfire, including this white SUV, which was riddled with bullets on both sides and left the windshield shattered.
The amount of gunfire that went off, right, that affects that community, no one should have to go through that. And now we have 3 victims, and we have a community that's very shaken up.
Multiple law enforcement sources believe the shooting may be gang-related with possible cartel ties. While IMPD would not officially confirm details about a motive, they did say detectives think the shooting stemmed from a disturbance between 2 groups.
Yes, this investigation is ongoing. It's going to continue to go on until we find those accountable and hold them accountable. But we need the community to come forward and step up, step forward.
Hey, man, that Mark Sanchez thing literally just happened. That's why I can't find it on the news. It just happened. Mark Sanchez was a decent quarterback, man. He was decent, man.
What's up, USCJ?
Crazy news, some breaking news, and it's terrible news. First, let me say this. Keep Mark Sanchez lifted up in prayer because we got some disturbing news that's coming out from TMZ. They're actually reporting it now. I see other news outlets actually reporting it. And apparently Mark Sanchez has been stabbed in Indianapolis with severe injuries. And so I'll just read the report. This is disturbing, man. I'm sitting here watching football, and I'm seeing this, my phone go off. You guys know anything that's USC related.
All right, let's go to Twitter, man. Mark Sanchez. He was a decent quarterback, man, for a couple years, man. To the Jets. Was stabbed last night in Indianapolis outside a bar. 12 a.m. rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. The mayor of Indy is Joe Hawksett, who endorsed Kamala Harris and is very anti-Trump. Their crime rate is 89% higher than the national average. He and his wife, Perry, and young son, he attended Trump's 2017 inauguration. I'm a huge New York Jets fan, praying for him. Yeah, let's see, Mark, man. What you get yourself into, Mark? Jason Whitlock says, Dear Heavenly Father, we are asking you to deliver healing to Mark Sanchez. We ask this in Jesus' name. Wow. I wonder what happened, man. The medical team for their exceptional care and support. Our thoughts and prayers are with Mark and everyone. Hey, man. Welcome to Indianapolis, man. Welcome to Indianapolis, man. He was in Indianapolis to call Sunday's Raiders-Colts game. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they don't say nothing about somebody in custody. We can now report what is stated in the police narrative from last night's stabbing involving former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez. Okay. Butt fumble. That was the butt fumble, man. The butt fumble, man. That's sad that's gonna be his legacy, man. But he was solid, man, for a couple years, man. Mark was solid for a couple years. Don't hold him in that space, man, of the butt fumble, man. Don't hold him in that space, man. Oh, that was one play out of thousands, man. He was doing the right thing. He was trying to slide, man. He's trying to get down, man. Then we can now report what is stated in the police narrative from last night's stabbing involving former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez. According to the police narrative we received from sources, Sanchez was not cooperative with police when they first arrived on the scene. Another man listed as the victim in the police report told police he was delivering food when Sanchez told him he needed to move and couldn't park where he was. That man told police Sanchez started threatening and following him and then attacked him. The man said he first tried to pepper spray Sanchez, but it didn't work. He said it was at that time he defended himself with a knife. Police noted the man had significant injury to his face. Sanchez was taken to the hospital in critical condition and underwent surgery. It is important to note that Sanchez has not been interviewed yet. Wow. That's crazy work. They said Sanchez was the aggressor. That's crazy work. Damn, Sanchez. Now, we don't know if that's true, but that's the official narrative from the police. And then I'm sure that bar has cameras. I'm sure that bar has cameras. It'll be a couple days if that before the cameras, the cam is everywhere. Then the police body cam. They said he didn't cooperate with police. So it says a guy was delivering food, right? So we gotta take what we know. It says another man listed as the victim. We were in the police report told police he was delivering food. So that could be a person of color, man. That could be a hombrito, because that's a lot of people who deliver food. It says Sanchez told him he needed to move and couldn't park where he was. I mean, like, I don't know why he's worried about who's parked in front of the bar, unless the guy was parked in front of his car, double parked in front of his car, and Mark Sanchez was trying to leave. But I understand why he was worried about where the delivery driver was parked. The delivery driver's coming, deliver the food, and he's gone to his next delivery. I wonder how that. That's just an odd way to start a interaction, man. Because remember, the white guy got killed in was that Wisconsin last week by the DoorDash driver. Who remembers that? The white guy got killed in Wisconsin by the DoorDash driver last week. He was in town for a golf tournament, and they couldn't find an Uber, and they asked the DoorDash delivery driver for a ride, and he was like, tried to charge him $60 a person. And they were like, no thanks. And then the guy came back and shot him. Yeah, it says he got sliced up and isn't considered the victim. Yeah. I'm sure there's cameras in front of this bar. It says, that man told police Sanchez started threatening and following him and then attacked him. Oh, my God. So if Mark Sanchez attacked him, not only did he get that work, but he going to lose his job. He going to lose his job. Damn, Mark Sanchez. This worse than the butt fumble, man. This the bag fumble. He went from the butt fumble to the bag fumble. Shit. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Mark Sanchez got that work, man. The man said he first tried to pepper spray Sanchez, but it didn't work. He said it was at that time he defended himself with a knife. Police noted the man had a significant injury to his face. Sanchez was taken to the hospital in critical condition and underwent surgery. It is important to note that Sanchez has not been interviewed yet. So nobody's interviewed Sanchez yet. Wow. It says, look, this one says Sanchez may have been the aggressor. It stemmed from a fight, in a report we obtained indicates Sanchez may have been the aggressor. I don't know. We'll see, man. Mark seemed like a nice guy, but we don't know if you're drunk. When you're drunk, we don't know. Okay. Well, that's enough of that, man. That's enough of that, man. Shout out to Mark, man. Mark, we'll check back in on that, Mark, man. Mark's dreamy too, man. Look at him, man. Mark's dreamy. Let's see. Mark got his shit. He got his issue. That dude was like, everything you want, Mark, you can get it. That dude was like, however you want it, Mark, you can have it. You want your eggs scrambled or sunny side up. I'm giving that workout any way you want it. Homie was like, I'm giving that work any way you want it. How do you want it? How do you want it? How do you feel? Coming up as a nigga in the cash game, living in the fast lane for real. Damn, he gave Mark Sanchez that work. Shit. Yeah, I mean, you get maced, then you get stabbed, and then you're gonna lose your job. If a video come out of him like attacking somebody and shit, he gonna lose his job, man. I'm sure there's video of it. Man. Shout out to boy Kachina, man. He said, but it didn't work. Ox got the best read. Like, share, and sub it up. Yeah, man. Shout out to boy Kachina, man. What he said. Hit that like button, man. Support the channel. PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat, man. We out here in these streets, man. How do you like it? How do you feel? How do you want it? How do you feel? That dude hit Mark Sanchez with what's good. And he was like, what's good? What's goody? What's cracking? Yeah, Indianapolis, very violent city. I mean, very, very violent. We cover Indianapolis all the time. Let's get to the main event, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. Smash that like button, man. Smash that like button. Share these videos. Salute to everybody that's watching, man. Take 10 seconds to share it, man. Whoa. Get played off, mass murderers services. Chef Islandsky, crash your fantasy. Get hot. Everybody, that's the plan. See, I'm out here, man. Listen, man. These stories, we cover these stories all the time, man. These black dudes killing these white people, man. We covered that shit so much, man. Oh, we covered that so much, man. It just, we don't even be surprised when this shit happen, man. Don't even be surprised when this shit happen, man. All delivery drivers are ghetto if they're not Asian. Yikes. Jeez. All delivery drivers are ghetto if they're not Asian. Man. Tell us how you really feel, man.
This afternoon with developing news from Woodford County. One man sentenced for killing a 6-year-old boy and gravely injuring his family nearly 10 years ago has just been released from prison. That's our top story at 4. I'm Conroy DeLuche. Back in 2018, Ronald Exantus was found not guilty of murder by reason of insanity and guilty but mentally ill on assault charges. Investigators say Exantus broke into a Versailles home in December 2015 and killed 6-year-old Logan Tipton.
After driving hundreds of miles from Indianapolis, he drove, see, they're leaving that part out. He drove 100 miles from Indianapolis. I don't know how he picked this house to break into, but he drove however long it is from Indianapolis to Kentucky. He drove. Didn't get pulled over, didn't get in an accident. So he crazy, but he didn't get in an accident. He didn't drive off the road. He didn't get pulled over. But he crazy as a motherfucker, right?
Tipton. Detectives found it was a random killing. Exantus had driven from Indianapolis and broke into the Tipton home while the family was sleeping. He also attacked Tipton's father and siblings, and they survived. WHAS 11 was there in 2015 when hundreds honored Logan's life at the community stadium in Versailles. Now, according to court records, Exantus was released yesterday after serving less than 7 years of his 20-year sentence. Records show that he is out on supervised parole, but that will end in June of 2026. This afternoon with developing news from Woodford County.
The man accused of stabbing and killing a 6-year-old Woodford County boy is now walking free. Last night we told you that Ronald Exantus has been granted parole. He was serving a 20-year sentence tied to the 2015 death of Logan Tipton.
Tipton's family and many members of the public are confused as to how a man accused of murder could be released from jail so soon.
WKYT's Samantha Valentino has reaction from the family as well as a forensic psychologist to explain the case.
December 7th, 2015.
It's the day Logan Tipton's life came to a tragic end and when the Tipton family first heard the name Ronald Exantus.
Exantus broke into my home and stabbed my 6-year-old son to death.
This week, the name Ronald Exantus came up again in a phone call the Tipton family says they never wanted to receive. After being sentenced to 20 years in 2018, Exantus has now been granted parole.
The justice system is all about the criminals and it's never about the victim. My grandson was just 6 years old. He never got to grow up, they didn't give him justice.
While this tragedy happened in Woodford County, the trial was held here in Fayette County. It's where a jury found Ronald Exantus guilty but mentally ill of stabbing Logan Tipton's 2 sisters and his father, but not guilty by reason of insanity of murdering 6-year-old Logan.
One of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life was come home and tell my kids that he was innocent from the murder. And they're young. They're saying, well, how is he innocent from the murder? We watched him do it.
Dr. Dustin Wygant is an EKU professor and the executive director of Integrated Behavioral Health.
The jury felt that there was sufficient evidence that his mental state at the time that the murder took place was sufficient to find him not guilty by reason of insanity.
In its opinion upholding Exantus's conviction, the Kentucky Supreme Court found each count could be considered individually, and the jury could have reasonably believed Exantus was lucid at points during the times of the attacks.
The jury must have concluded that for whatever reason in that separate time period, we're talking about a single kind of event, but that separate time period, that there wasn't sufficient evidence to find him legally insane.
In Woodford County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
The Tipton family says they were notified that Exantus would serve 6 months of parole in Florida. The Kentucky Department of Corrections tells us that he will remain under probation and parole supervision until the expiration of his sentence, which is listed as June of next year. We asked the Department of Corrections whether Exantus will be spending that time in Florida. We have not received a response on that yet.
Now,
good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with us today.
This is Grady Judd. Yeah, man, this is
the man accused of. In 2015, Ronald Exantus traveled from Indianapolis to Versailles here in central Kentucky, where he committed a series of stabbings. Those stabbings resulted in the death of 6-year-old Logan Tipton and injuries to his father and 2 sisters.
As WKYT's Jackson Plank reports, this family is still stunned. A killer is out of prison. It's our top story at 11.
Just down the street behind me is where the unthinkable happened. Logan Tipton's family say Ronald Exantus came into their home and attacked them, resulting in Logan's death. Now correction officials say Ronald Exantus is being released.
He stood up with me on top of him, just stood up and threw me 10, 15 feet across the room and went after her.
Dean Tipton says December 7th, 2015 is a night that changed his life. He says his children woke him up. He then found a man attacking his children.
And when I got to the top of the stairs, he attacked me. He come at me with the knife.
The night took a tragic turn with the loss of a life, his 6-year-old son, Logan. Dean says immediately after Logan's death, he lost his will to live.
I laid in bed. I gave up. I gave up on life. I gave up on my family. I gave up on everybody. I just wanted to die.
In the years since, the family has done their best to cope, but mentions they are mentally and emotionally scarred. And they are hurt that Ronald Exantus will no longer be behind bars.
Everybody deserves a fighting chance to have justice for them, and it's not.
I've had my talks with God, because I'm not afraid to tell you all. I told the court, if I ever cross paths with him, I will kill the man. I will kill him where.
That's the part I was looking for right there. Anybody want to come up, man? Let me let y'all come up, man. That's the part I was looking for right there. Listen, man. This situation is not helping race relations, man. This is not helping race relations, man. This is not helping race relations. This motherfucker drove from another state. He crossed state lines, man. And please, niggas, do not defend this nigga. Do not defend this guy, niggas. That's a good question. You know what? I'm gonna put that as a poll, man. I'm gonna put that as a poll. Poll question, man. I'm gonna put that as a poll question. I'm gonna put that as a poll question. If you would like to come up, you can come up, man. I'm gonna put this as a poll question. This is what I want to know, man. This is what I want to know. That's what I want to know, because I mean, listen. I like to think that I know niggas. I'm a Negro whisperer, but I don't know, man. I don't know what you niggas gonna do, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know what you niggas are gonna do, man. I like to think that you niggas won't, but man, you niggas is awful people, man. You niggas are awful people. I'm talking about just the worst, literally the worst people on the planet. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. You know, like I have no clue. I'm tired of vouching for you niggas. I don't know what you niggas gonna do with this one, man. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. I don't know what you niggas gonna do with this one. Shit. You niggas. Oh man. Yeah. Salute, man. If you'd like to come up, man, you can come up, man. I think I dropped the link. Yeah, I dropped the link. Um, I don't know, man. He said son's been defended by bringing up lynchings and slavery like they usually do. Salute to let me get some of these. Shout out to Yak, man. Yak says salute Ak. It's going down in the shy. ICE is getting worse. Cars boxing them in, police not assisting, temperatures rising, lawlessness. All right, we're gonna check in on Chicago in a little bit, man. We're checking on Chicago. Salute to Boy Kachina, man. He says, reads the situation, then reads it to the nation. Yeah, man. You know how I roll, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. Salute to Boy Kachina, man. I don't know, man. This father said, I'm gonna kill the man where he stands.
And it's not.
I've had my talks with God because I'm not afraid to tell you all. I told the court, if I ever cross paths with him, I will kill the man. I will kill him where he stands.
The family.
That's racist, man. You racist. Think about this, yo. If this man called that black dude a nigger, right? And everybody was outraged, right? How dare you call him a nigger? He said, hey, man, I plead insanity, man. I was insane when I called him a nigger. People wouldn't accept that shit. People would not accept that shit, that you was insane when you called him a nigger. But they'll accept that he was insane when he killed a 6-year-old. What a world we live in, man. Oh, yeah, this one, oh, my God. We're going to get back to this, man. But this girl, remember her?
Put that in our calendar for really a questionnaire of the jurors. So if I can have you on Wednesday morning just to greet the jurors.
Bianca Ellis.
Oh, yeah.
She killed the little white boy too, man.
Second day of my internship. Oh, by the way, you had the light on. You're not going to have that on. No. Sorry about that. I know that I would be happy that showing.
So she's in court now. This case is just coming to court. I wonder if that's gonna
Tonight we have some new disturbing video. Just want to give you that heads up to share with you that sheds light on the moments before an attack that killed a 3-year-old boy and injured his mom earlier this week in North Olmsted. It shows the suspect, Bianca Ellis, at the police station before the incident. And then you see her there walking around with a knife inside Giant Eagle.
Lena Lai has the latest, and as Christy just referenced, we want to warn you that this video might be upsetting for some to watch.
New video shedding light on the 30 minutes before a deadly stabbing in North Olmsted Monday. The video showing Bianca Ellis walking into the police station there around 2:30 that afternoon. She's pushing her own wheelchair with a suitcase. Police say she was there in connection with her arrest the week before.
You got anything on you at all?
Ellis had a warrant for her arrest tied to a previous theft conviction. Police arrested her and then let her go. 4 days later, Ellis is seen going to the Volunteers of America thrift store, where police say she stole 2 knives, then briefly stopped in bins and things before walking into Giant Eagle. At 2:58, she walks past the service desk with the knife waving by her side, and no one appears to see it. Then we see her walking near the cash registers. Again, no one appears to see or react to the knife. She then passes Margot Wood and her 3-year-old son, Julian. Ellis immediately turns around and starts to follow them. Cameras show just before 3 p.m., Ellis walked into the lobby and follows behind the mother and son as they exit the store. Cameras then show her following them through the parking lot and to their car.
Somewhere near their vehicle, Miss Ellis then attacked the 2 of them.
Ellis is set to be arraigned this Monday morning. Police say the attack was a random act of violence, and the big question tonight still is why. Christy, the motive is not clear.
It is frightening. Lena, I do want to get to something else because I understand funeral arrangements for Julian have been announced.
Yes, they have. Let's get to that right now. Calling hours for Julian will take place Friday from 2 p.m. to 8 at Repepi Funeral Home in Parma. There will be a massive Christian burial that will then be held Saturday morning at 11 at St. Charles Borromeo Church in Parma, with the interment at the Sunset Memorial Park. There is also a GoFundMe set up for the Wood family, which has raised close to $200,000 tonight. We have a link to that right now on WKYC.com. Meanwhile, the organizers of the GoFundMe say you can support the family in a different way by forming a memory line along the route from the church to Sunset Memorial Park on Saturday from 11:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also have those details on WKYC.com. And Christy, they're also asking people to
So this girl is on trial now. When did this happen? A year ago, year and some change ago. So now she's finally going to trial now. And this was her in court. Remember her in court?
You do? Do you have the money or means to hire an attorney? Have you received your indictment?
I don't.
Okay, have you read it? You have not read it, okay?
To you back there, right?
We have a copy here, you can read it?
I don't want to read it.
You don't want to read it?
No.
Are you willing to accept that the public defender has read it to you?
I asked her not to.
I'm sorry,
I asked her not to.
you asked her not to. Well, but she did read it to you, correct?
No.
She didn't read it to you. Okay, well, we can read it in open court. Okay. It's a 10-count indictment. Count 1 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did purposely and with prior calculation and design cause the death of J.W. 10/29/2020. The state of Ohio reserves the right to seek a superseding indictment containing the appropriate 2929.04A aggravating circumstances specifications. And so you understand that means the state is reserving its right to add a death penalty specification. Count 2 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, that the defendant did purposely cause the death of J.W. 10/29/2020. Count 3 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did cause the death of J.W., date of birth 10/29/2020, as a proximate result of the offender committing or attempting to commit an offense of violence that is a felony of the first or second degree, to wit, felonious assault, Ohio Revised Code Section 2903.11A1, and or endangering children in violation of Ohio Revised Code Section 2919.22B2. Count 4 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did knowingly cause serious physical harm to J.W. on date of birth 10/29/2020. Count 5 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did torture or cruelly abuse J.W., date of birth 10/29/2020, a child under 18 years of age, and furthermore, the violation resulted in serious physical harm to J.W. alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did, knowing that an official proceeding or investigation was in progress or was about to be or likely to be instituted, alter, destroy, conceal, or remove any record, document, or thing with the purpose to impair its value or availability as evidence in such proceeding or investigation. Count 10 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did with purpose to deprive the owner, Volunteers of America store, of property or services, to wit, knives, knowingly obtain or exert control over either the property or services without the consent of the owner.
She's an evil woman, man. Evil woman. She tried to play crazy and they still ruled her competent to stand trial. She tried to play crazy. Dang. Y'all white folk get it in the ass, boy. Jesus Christ. Jeez. Let me read that poll, man. Let me see this poll, man. Let me see this poll, man. On Black Colombo channel, 88 say yes, blacks will publicly defend Ronald Exantus, the killer of 6-year-old white boy, the 6-year-old white boy. They said 88% of y'all on Black Colombo say that. Whew, that's a lot. That's a huge number, man. Let me see on wow. 88% of y'all here on Oc Nation News say that. So 88% of the people think that blacks are gonna defend that fucking ape that killed that little white boy. Blacks, you got a problem, man. When people think like that about you, you got a huge problem, blacks. You got a huge problem, blacks.
And meanwhile, federal immigration agents were seen throughout the city's northwest side today. A viewer posting this cell phone video showing what appears to be a federal agent inside an SUV stuck in traffic. The agent then throws what witnesses say.
What's up, Yak? What's your thoughts, man? Yak. I don't know. What are your thoughts, man? Are you there? Going once. Are you there? Going twice. You muted. 3 times. All right. He's not there. Checking that. Yeah, man. Get paid on mass murders.
With some sort of gas canister out the window. This was in the Logan Square neighborhood.
That shit took my whole goddamn camera. See,
Following this breaking story right now, a Chicago alderperson placed in handcuffs after federal agents tried to make an arrest at a hospital in Humboldt Park. ABC 7's Jasmine Miner is live on the scene there. And Jasmine, what can you tell us?
Well, Judy, I can tell you that the man that was being detained is still inside this hospital, and so are the ICE agents who brought him here. Now, it's unclear how he broke his leg while he was being detained, but we are told he is going to need surgery. As for Alderwoman Jessie
Alderwoman, okay.
Fuentes, she tells me that once she was notified of this incident, she came over and she asked those ICE agents if they had the proper judicial warrant for this man, and she herself ended up in handcuffs. Take a listen.
No.
He has constitutional
No.
rights. Do you have a sign?
No, you need to
Judicial
leave.
warrant for me.
Turn around. You're turn around and leave.
He is under.
I'm going to
he's
arrest
under
you if you
arrest.
not leave.
You are going to be placed under arrest.
Do you have a signed
You need to
judicial
leave.
warrant for him?
Okay. She wanted to get arrested. She wanted to get arrested. She wanted to get arrested. She did this. This is staged. She did this. She wanted to get arrested. She wanted to get arrested for a photo op.
He is under arrest. You are going to be placed under arrest.
Do you have a signed
You need to
judicial
leave.
warrant for him?
Shut up, bitch.
You can hear Alderwoman Jessie Fuentes asking several times if the agents had a judicial warrant before the agent in the striped shirt there grabbed her and put her in handcuffs. Now, later in the video, those agents claim she was arrested for impeding their work.
And I want to say that this is a common practice, right? ICE has been taking individuals into hospital rooms, into emergency rooms, because people are harmed while ICE is trying to detain people in the city of Chicago, right? If you go to Cicero, there have been individuals who have been taken to the emergency room. This is not the first incident, you all. What ICE is doing is exercising violence, physical violence on the people of Chicago.
Now, I did ask for clarification from Alderwoman Fuentes of how his leg was broken. They didn't have those answers just yet, but I did get a chance to speak with the director of the hospital, and they tell me while ICE agents can come into the emergency room, they cannot go into the operating room. And again, that man is going to need surgery, and so the hospital tells me they're going to keep him for as long as it's needed. Not clear on if those ICE agents are planning to leave this hospital, but we do know that immigration attorneys have been called and are working with this particular individual. I'm live in Humboldt Park. Jasmine Miner, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
She did that on purpose. She trying to get some street cred with her base.
In multiple occasions, we've seen video apparently showing federal officers deploying tear gas. In fact, it happened right outside of Humboldt Park Hospital. It's all part of a sweeping immigration enforcement effort that also saw a father and son arrested in Little Village. That son, his family tells me, is American. Chaos unfolds during a shift change of agent before video apparently shows a federal officer deploying tear gas at a crowd outside Humboldt Park Hospital Friday evening. It was during that moment in this video when Rebecca O'Dwyer recorded herself being thrown to the ground.
I'm 5 foot, 100 pounds, swiped me and sent me flying. And luckily somebody had the wherewithal to get a trash can and put it over the canisters.
That same crowd of anti-ICE demonstrators remained outside of the hospital, where inside a man who allegedly broke his leg while running away from federal officers recovers from surgery.
Turn around and leave.
He is under.
I'm going to arrest you if you
arrest.
not leave.
It was also inside the hospital where alderperson Jesse Fuentes was briefly detained.
What's up, Alexander Byrne?
That case of the 6-year-old kid being stabbed in his home, there was a remarkably similar case to that in Britain last year. I don't know if you recall it. The victim was a black kid in the street. Some nutter from Brazil who drove down to Hainault, from London to Hainault, invaded the house and he stabbed this kid to death in the street. Man who murdered boy was sword jailed for 40 years. Captured his arrest on video. He injured a couple of police officers. I think a female police officer near a hand hacked off. It was quite remarkable. You'll find it on YouTube.
Okay, put it in the back chat. Yeah, man, a lot of black guys breaking white people's homes and stabbing their kids to death.
No, this bloke wasn't black. He was Brazilian.
Oh, Brazilian. Okay, well, people of color. Yeah, man. This is how you handle it, Alexander Byrne. We not pussies like you people in England. We don't play around, man. Over here, man. We know how to handle these fucking Marxists, man.
After questioning immigration authorities who were heard in this video claiming Fuentes was impeding their work. Tear gas also seen deployed by federal agents Friday in Logan Square. It happened after this video shows someone on a motorbike apparently stopping federal authorities in traffic near Armitage and Central Park.
It was ridiculous. They were just being blocked in the street. They could have just backed up and gone around the guy, but instead they had to use excessive force.
You guys can't do that. And in Little Village Friday, this video shows a 21-year-old man on the ground being arrested by federal agents. His 46-year-old father then eventually taken down too before both are led away in custody. We've blurred their faces since it's unclear if they face charges. But community and family members who gathered where the two were arrested identified the father of three as Jesus Hernandez from Mexico, who's lived in the United States for 25 years, and his U.S.-born son, Brian.
He's the main head of the family, and it's sad that they're just taking him away from them.
Here at Humboldt Park Hospital, the director says while federal agents can come inside of the emergency room, they cannot go inside of the operating room. The director also telling ABC7 they have no plans at this time of releasing the man as he recovers from surgery. In Humboldt Park, I'm Trey Ward, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Idiot.
Just added the link. It's got the actual attack on there. It's pretty graphic.
Okay, thank you. Idiot shouldn't have came down there. Shouldn't have been out there. That fucker shouldn't have been out there.
Donald Trump wanted American cities to be training grounds, and ICE listened. In Chicago, in the middle of the night, federal agents stormed an apartment building. Black Hawk helicopters, flashbangs, military-style trucks, all used in the raid. Now, witnesses say everyone was detained, no matter their status. Children were zip-tied together, separated from their parents. And the feds say that they arrested dozens of gang members. Also in the city, Charlie Kirk's group was given a front row seat to a raid inside a Walmart.
Amazing. Secretary Noem was here. They rolled up a couple of guys, and it's rowdy. There's a lot.
Charlie Kirk's group.
That's Benny Johnson. He's not part of Charlie Kirk's.
Seat to a raid inside a Walmart. So in the city, Charlie Kirk's group was given a front row seat to a raid inside a Walmart. Gang members. Also in the city, Charlie Kirk's group was given a front row seat to a raid inside a Walmart.
Amazing. Secretary Noem was here. They rolled up a couple of guys, and it's rowdy. There's a lot of people around. Everyone's filming. The Secretary of Homeland Security is right now doing raids at Walmart.
So as forewarned, I mean, we have a situation.
Johnson's got about 5 million subscribers on YouTube. Does a lot of Trump stuff.
Yeah,
Big Trump fan.
Yeah, definitely. Take the $5 challenge. Support the channel, guys. Support the channel.
Did you see his exposure of Jasmine Crockett and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? hilarious.
No, I haven't seen. I gotta check that out.
In which American cities are at the center of this ICE crackdown, and there's indiscriminate use of force against Americans, non-Americans, people here legally, people here illegally. And on the right, nobody seems to care. In fact, they love it.
I saw a video from a local station in Chicago, and residents of a community there were describing
this nigga. This nigga takes himself so seriously, man. This nigga takes himself so seriously, man. And he's nothing but a race baiting grifter. Clown, man. This nigga right here is a clown, man. Jesus Christ.
an ICE raid and like what they saw. Two things struck me. One, they were talking about things that happened to them. They were talking about how they were treated in this ICE raid. These are the people that, I guess, by virtue of being born here in America, are.
She ugly as hell. That's. Listen, I don't know what she. Sometimes people look better in person, but baby, the camera is not your friend. Look how he's lying. Look how he's lying. This guy's lying. He's lying. Listen to the language he uses, because he knows he's lying, but he doesn't want to. He's guilty about lying. Why? So he's going to try to act like he's not lying. He's going to try to phrase it to where it's not really a lie, technically.
The community there were describing an ICE raid and like what they saw. Two
people in the community were describing an ICE raid and what they saw. So he's basically saying this is not facts. This is not facts. And there's no exact person that I'm going to tie it to. It's just, people.
In fact, they love it.
I saw a video from a local station in Chicago, and residents of a community there were describing an ICE raid and like what they saw. Two things struck me. One, they were talking about things that happened to them. They were talking about how they were treated in this ICE raid. These are the people that, I guess, by virtue of being born here in America, are entitled to being treated like human beings. The second thing is that they were all black. And I'm going to say something. We saw this coming. Mm-hmm. We knew the neighborhoods where these ICE raids would take place. We knew that a lot of these things wouldn't happen in Beverly Hills or in Coconut Grove.
Well, the goddamn, the illegals aren't out there. The illegals in your neighborhood. The illegals are in your neighborhood. That should be easy for you to deduce, nigga. This nigga should have been easy. That should have been easy to deduce, man. Come on, bro. You smarter than that. The goddamn immigrants ain't in those white neighborhoods. Those rich white neighborhoods you mentioning. Why don't you mention some gentrified white neighborhoods that are in the city? Why are you mentioning rich white neighborhoods and shit when you know that the immigrants aren't? And trying to say, well, we know they're not going out there. These niggas are awful, man. Race baiting grifters, man. Nigga, put on a suit too, nigga. You up there trying to look like a homeboy. He trying to look like a homeboy from off the block, but wanna be like, yeah, I'm the educated hoodlum. Nigga, put on a suit, nigga. You on CNN, man.
Or any of those places like that. We knew that there would be collateral damage, that there would be trauma that would be inflicted on our communities. We knew that people would be detained, scared. We knew that children would have to see things that they shouldn't have to see. And all of this for political theater so that we look tough on immigration for everyone. It's a horror show. And I do think if it hasn't already happened, that it'll be something that even the most conservative of Americans will get tired of seeing human beings treated this way. At least that's my hope.
The one neighbor said the kids were crying. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner because they were bringing kids down too, had them zip tied to each other, saying that there were trucks, military-style vans used to separate adults from kids. What's going on?
I haven't seen any of this, so I certainly am not aware of particular neighborhoods that are targeted. Obviously, I support them finding and arresting people who are here illegally. And in the community they're in, again, I can't justify, I haven't seen which communities that they're targeting.
Well, one detail that's been left out is that they were targeting Tren de Aragua. And so Tren de Aragua is a violent transnational gang. They send illegal immigrants here to the United States. They traffic.
Yeah, that nigga huffing and puffing. Listen to this nigga huffing and puffing like a bitch.
Is that they were targeting Tren de Aragua. And so Tren de Aragua is a violent transnational gang. They send illegal immigrants here to the United States.
You heard that nigga? Did you hear him huffing? Did you hear that nigga huffing? The nigga with the chain and the t-shirt on? The nigga with the chain and the t-shirt in the back huffing and puffing like a bitch while Scott Jenner's talking?
Is that they were targeting Tren de Aragua. And so Tren de Aragua is a violent transnational gang. They send illegal immigrants here to the United States. They traffic drugs, they traffic people, they commit violence. They inflict misery everywhere they go. And 37 people were arrested. That was the purpose of the raid, the targeting of Tren de Aragua, some of the most violent people in our hemisphere. And when they come here, nothing good happens. That was
okay,
the point.
so if it was targeting.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
All right, go ahead. Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
cool. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to unmute it before. Hey, yeah, I just wanted to chime in on this. Like, wait, that guy was just saying that like the ICE wasn't in black neighborhoods. That's because not a lot of blacks are illegal immigrants. What is he talking about?
Rich white neighborhoods. That's what he said.
Yeah, but I mean, they would be up there to get their like housekeepers or something, but they probably don't live in the white neighborhoods either. You know, we'll just go back to the whatever barrio they live in. So,
I mean, they live in the black neighborhoods in Chicago. Like the illegals live amongst the blacks. Like that's where they went.
well, they got big Latino neighborhoods too. So
True, you have Latino neighborhoods in Chicago. Don't get me wrong, but like a lot of those shelters, a lot of those places where when they're under the Biden administration, where they were housing illegals, remember they were in black neighborhoods.
yeah, but he was just trying to say it like the ICE was there, just like rounding up black people. That's what he was trying to make it sound like. Yeah.
This is straight up line. Straight up and down line, man. Take the $5 challenge. Support the channel, guys. Support the channel. Hit the like button. Share this on social media. Daytime stream. We coming through here. 1 hour and 43 minutes in, man. If you haven't hit the like button or or supported the channel this far in, man, now is the time, man. Yeah, your volume is very high. Yak, you might want to step away from your mic or turn your mic down if you can.
I don't think anybody has a problem with targeting. When you clear out an apartment building and you zip tie children and you arrest and detain everyone. Scott, hold on, Scott. You and me, we're talking here, okay? If they arrest children, they arrest everyone, citizens and non-citizens, for hours, detain them, deprive them of their liberty, for no matter how long. You are fine with that.
They didn't arrest children, but
I didn't say they arrested them. They put them in zip ties. But if that makes a difference to you, go ahead.
here's what makes a difference to me. If the federal government knows that there is a nest of Tren de Aragua in a city like Chicago, they have a responsibility. They have an obligation to go get them. It is unfortunate, to answer your question, that there are children put in harm's way by these violent gangs. But that is going to be the reality.
Or is it unfortunate, or is it a violation of their rights, is the question? Because, I mean, in this country, we have rights against searches and illegal searches and
you're suggesting these children should be effectively human shields for Tren de Aragua, and I don't agree.
What I'm asking, hold on, I want to make it clear. I know that Tren de Aragua and gangs and whatever, it's a catch-all to treat people however you want, to go in there and shred the Constitution or whatever else it is that you want to do. What I'm asking you is this. Do you think that children should have been zip tied and pulled out of an apartment complex and traumatized like that?
Yes.
Or no?
I don't think children should be put in harm's way by transnational gangs.
Just answer the question. Yes or no? Do you think that children?
I don't accept the premise of your question.
I'm asking
the
you
government's not
whether or
putting
not,
children in harm's way. Trinidad Aragua.
Real calm now. Real calm. Like
they're the ones putting children in harm's way.
Gentlemen and gentlemen, we have a responsibility for the way we treat people with the power that we have here in America. And we have a standard that we should treat human life with. And I'm asking you very clearly, concisely, should children be treated that way? Does Scott Jennings like that?
I don't accept the premise of your question.
All right, cool.
I don't believe that the premise of your question is accurate. I would ask you back. Should children be allowed to live in an apartment building with Trinidad Aragua? Should the entire community of Chicago have to live with Trinidad Aragua because they hide behind these children?
But here's the thing.
That's my question.
I think the answer to that is clear. No, they should not be put in harm's way. But the difference is in this situation is I don't want to be Trinidad Aragua. I don't want my law enforcement to act like Trinidad Aragua. That is the distinction.
Do you don't want to leave it? Do you just want to leave it and say, well, they have kids in there, let's just move on?
No, but can't law enforcement figure out a way? I don't think this is the first time.
This is the way, baby. This is the way.
They're acting like, man. They're acting like these kids probably are like innocent little lambs who haven't seen anything. Like, you know, these are the children of gangbangers. I'm sure that, like, you know, they're not, you know, shrinking violets that haven't been roughed around by either their parents or like anybody else.
It would be the same as if you were extracting some hostages from somewhere, and then people were complaining about, you know, how you extracted the hostages. Or somebody was stuck in a cave, and it's like you're pulling them out of the cave, and it's like, damn, you ain't got to scratch them all up while you pulling them out of the cave. Like, listen, man. This is like children in cages. Remember, Rachel Maddow cried. She said, "Children are in cages." And on the it was like a few years ago. I think it was like 2020 or whatever. She got on the show and cried. And this is the thing. Now they're trying to. I'm surprised one of these women didn't cry.
Why aren't they rolling tape of this either? Like, if they had tape of this, they would just be rolling it nonstop. I mean, and like, they were probably like resisting or fighting back or doing something. I mean, I really don't think that they would just go in and just see a kid and then just zip tie them right away.
Or maybe you zip tie the kids to corral them, like, you know, because it's a hectic situation. You don't want them getting in the way of any, because kids wander. Maybe they zip tied the kids for their own safety, just so that they would be, so they wouldn't be just wandering around and they wouldn't be just getting in the way. They can lead them out in one coherent group instead of like kid running this way, another kid running that way, and that could be very dangerous.
It doesn't even matter though, because it's not daycare, man. These are the kids of criminals. Like, they gotta go. They gotta get out of this country. So just, I don't care if they throw them in, like,
I think
you know, the back of a U-Haul and drop them off at the border.
I think they're talking about the kids of the black people that live in the building too.
Wouldn't it be like Venezuelan kids?
The kids in cages, they cried about that until they realized they were Obama cages, didn't they?
It didn't matter. The damage was done. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about big lies. That's one thing about the lies that the left tells. That's why you got. That's why I'm glad Trump is the Republican president, because another Republican president just ignore it. If you ignore it, if you answer every lie, you know, no, fuck no, you gotta fucking tell everybody that these fuckers are lying every time they lie.
Yeah, but once these libtards hear these lies, it's like impossible to remove them from their mind, you know, like it's just truth until the end of time. I mean, you know,
at least you're on the battlefield. At least you're playing. At least you haven't opted out of the game like most Republicans do. You know, you're still on the field. You're still playing.
But yeah, trying to convince these people of what's true and, like, you know, the actual reality of the situation just gets so pointless after, you know, their narratives get spread and they're just like concreted. I mean, you can, so many examples like January 6th, like they'll never shut up about that for the rest of time. You know? Even no matter how much information comes out about it.
you're talking about lies that they want to hear. Like, yeah, I got you. That's different than this. I'm talking about lies that are just being sprung on them. Yeah, like most people didn't know anything about this until they just heard this, right? This what they're talking about here.
Yeah, but you're gonna
Not
hear
enough
6 months
detail.
from now about kids getting zip tied now.
Yeah, and listen, Scott Jennings is like he didn't. I like the way he handled that black guy. He didn't answer his question. You know, fuck no, fuck you, nigger. I'm not answering your fucking question. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the way he did that because it was a disingenuous question, and a normal Republican would have answered that, would have got bullied into answering that. You know what I mean? Scott Jennings was like, no, I'm not answering your question. And I really did. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to Scott Jennings. Press 1, man.
Time, children have been in an environment where dangerous people have been around them. And I'm most certain that in most of those circumstances, those children aren't zip tied and carried out like animals. What I am wondering is, okay, let's put this fact pattern on any other placement. Let's put it on a school, right? What if there was a gang member in a school? And by this calculation, it would seem like the children in the school, in order to get that one gang member or 2 gang members, would get.
It's not one gang member. It's 37
Well,
people
let's say
in an apartment
there's
building.
It's a large apartment building. That's part of the fact pattern here. I mean, here's another one from our reporting. Tenants said it appears everyone in the building was detained by federal officers, including U.S. citizens. It was scary, said one, because I had never had a gun in my face. That person lives in the building. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me, did I have any warrants? I told them, no, I didn't. Fisher, this
Well, they got to assume they're all illegals.
she was handcuffed anyway before being released around 3 a.m. and was told anyone with outstanding warrants, even if it was unrelated to immigration, would not be released. So
Well, I mean, that's how a war goes. I mean, like, if we come on the scene and we're looking for something and we find you and you have a warrant, yeah, you're not getting released. Just, I mean, like, that's not even noteworthy. You got a warrant for shoplifting and ICE come around, you know, and you in there, they're going to transfer you over to the local police. And you don't have to, you know, clear that warrant.
They're talking rubbish. Imagine this situation. Somebody's murdered in a pub or somewhere, or club. The police come, they stop everybody. They don't let anybody out. They got to.
Mm-hmm.
What's the problem?
Yeah, these first of all, these people don't know anything about how this stuff goes. They're, you know, elites. These are all elites, including the black dude. He's an elite too. I don't give a fuck where he's from. His indoctrination makes him an elite. Whoever got that bird chirping in the background, you might want to mute yourself, man.
Not me.
Okay, that's you. Okay, somebody.
In apartment buildings all over this country.
I promise that.
Is that where we're?
Hold on, wait a second.
Should I just go to an apartment building and hide?
Wait. I'm talking about the way that citizen of this country was treated. By the way, I just want to be clear. I think that everybody that's created in the image of God should be treated with respect. And I thought that.
And this nigga won't say shit about all the violence in Chicago. This nigga, he too down with the. He too black to mention all the violence in Chicago and Birmingham and Memphis and DC. He's too black for that. But now he talking about children of God when ICE is trying to extract 37 gang members from a building. Now he talking about child of God treated with humanity and shit. This nigga has never said a word about the violence that niggas do every fucking day. 24 hours a day, 365. Never said a word about it. Sponsor today's show, man. Sponsor today's show. Take the $5 challenge, the $10 challenge, the $20 challenge. Sponsor today's show.
Part of the American ideal was that, but that's gone. I promise y'all will still be invited to Mar-a-Lago if you say that it is wrong that children were zip tied and that American people, American citizens, were detained without any warrant or suspicion.
Briefly detained In an effort to get 37
Give me
Tren de
that. Okay,
Aragua members.
So tell me. So real
what
quick,
you're
tell me
suggesting
how
is
long
that
is
no
okay.
enforcement
So are
can
you?
take place.
So can
You're
are you?
suggesting no
Would you be
enforcement can
okay
take
being
place.
detained so that the gang members? Would you be okay with your rights being violated and you be held until 3 a.m. with your family member not knowing why? Is that okay? Because that's not okay with me.
Everybody here seems to believe that if you're Tren de Aragua, you can go hide in an apartment building, and because there are other people there, you just get to be left alone. That is not a reasonable enforcement position.
There's another option here, and it's actually an option that's utilized by law enforcement every single day in this country. When they are looking for violent people, they go look for those violent people. They do not subject the people around those violent people who have nothing to do with them with arrest, with guns in their faces, with being searched, with being zip tied and handcuffed and detained. Every day in America, law enforcement does their jobs, and they don't do it like this. So why is suddenly this okay?
Every day in America, you're not necessarily dealing with the most violent people in the hemisphere.
Yes, we're not.
That's who is living in your
Scott, there are violent people who are right here in this country, American citizens. They are in gangs. They were born here. Their parents were born here. Their grandparents were born here.
Believe me, we know.
Those people are dealt with by law enforcement every day. Again, it's a real basic question. If you lived in an apartment building and there happened to be somebody who was guilty of a terrible crime in that building, and law enforcement barged in, guns blazing, and put every single person in that apartment building under arrest, you would be fine with that, including you and your family.
Not everybody is under arrest. They arrested 37 people. They arrested 37. You said everybody. It's not. It's 37 people.
This person was sleeping in their bed, and they were detained. They were put in handcuffs and detained.
Neither you nor I was there. Neither you nor I were there. But I know this. Now 37
you and your family,
violent people are now off the street.
Scott, you and your family, you are in an apartment building. You and your family, you would be fine with your liberty being held up, your kids, your wife, your children, being detained for any amount of time because somebody in that building was a criminal. You'd be fine with that?
You are vastly oversimplifying what's happening here. There are scores of illegal immigrants in the building.
Sometimes we have to simplify things so that we actually understand what we're talking about. Because I do think that this is a problem now for the rest of the country. People are going about their lives and they are not responsible for the crimes of other people. And yet in this world in which ICE is operating like this, they are being detained for other people's crimes. Willingness to accept a whole lot of collateral violation of rights of anybody, whether you're American citizens or not, because there are many rights in this country that are in the Constitution that it doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not, you're still entitled to them.
Did Harry just admit the police
They say he's an illegal immigrant.
Did Harry just admit that the police normally act properly? They don't. That's what it sounded like.
That's true.
I wouldn't treat American citizens.
Facts. She did admit that police actually do a good job. Wow, that is true. I'm sure she's gonna. I'm sure she's gonna fucking roll that back. Wow. Let's see.
You could ask her if there was like a building full of white supremacists, if they should be able to just go in and detain everybody until they figure out who's really the main white supremacists, and then or just
just let them be. Just let them be, or just let them be. It's no big deal. Just 37 white supremacists in that building. We'll get them later. We'll let them. Every second they're white supremacists on the street isn't a big deal. We can come back and get them later at a later time. Catch them. When they go into their car or something. Catch them when they're at work. So yeah. You know what, man? I'm gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come back. I'm definitely gonna come back later on, man. Salute to everybody here, man. Any final thoughts, man?
No, salute, Doc. You do great work. Been listening to you since like 2015, 2016, somewhere around there.
Oh wow, that's a long time, man.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Salute, man.
Did you hear about these here the other day? The synagogue.
No, I didn't hear nothing about it, man. Tell me when I come back.
Massive story.
Okay, all right. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here.